These are your evening headlines for December 4th, 2025, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Brandon Isle. BYU-Idaho will offer a new AI engineering minor starting next year. Here's Alex Batman.
Starting next spring, BYU-Idaho will offer a new AI minor through the university's Computer Science and Electrical Engineering department. The minor is becoming available in an academic climate where AI is becoming increasingly prevalent. Nate Phillips, Associate Chair for the Computer Science and Engineering department, oversees the Computer Science and Software Engineering degrees, which include oversight of the creation of this new minor.
Well, AI has become a huge topic in the last few years. It's a buzzword as well as an actual useful tool that companies are starting to build on.
Phillips says one of the biggest hurdles of designing the AI minor was the credit limit for minors.
So a minor has to be under 25 credits because students here only have a certain number of general electives they can use.
The minor's credit load is set to be between 24 and 26 credits. The goal, Phillips says, is for the AI minor to enhance the degree students are already going into.
So if a student has a degree in computer science or physics or mathematics with an AI engineering minor, we hope that signals to employers that student is someone who can understand how AI systems work and understand how they could integrate AI technologies into existing software that the company might already have, or how to create new systems for that business.
This minor degree works as a companion with majors such as computer science, data science, electrical engineering, physics, computer engineering, statistics, mathematics, software engineering, business analytics, and more. Phillips encourages students who want to be on the bleeding edge of technology to add the AI minor to their academic careers.
We're right at the beginning of this AI boom, and so why would you not want to be part of that? If you want to be involved with the latest and greatest things that are happening, with helping to create this technological boom, then the AI engineering minor is probably the closest thing you'll find to do that.
The new AI engineering minor will be available to students to take beginning in spring semester 2026. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Alex Batman.
Conservation groups are fighting a national forest on a project on the Idaho-Montana border. Here's student reporter Kimber Pierce with the story.
The Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest recently signed off on a new project to burn trees and put logging roads in the Continental Divide, the border of land shared by Idaho and Montana. 3 conservation groups in Montana have united to sue the National Forest because of the danger they say this new project will inflict on animals in that region. Mike Garrity, the executive director of Alliance for the Wild Rockies, says logging roads in this region can be harmful to wildlife like grizzlies, lynx, sage grouse, and other animals.
The problem is when they build a bunch of logging roads and most grizzlies are killed within a third of a mile of a road because, people driving on old logging roads or new logging roads in their trucks. Often if they see something like a grizzly bear, they get out and shoot it, which is illegal, but that's what happens.
Garrity says the Continental Divide, where the logging roads are mapped in, is a traveling region for grizzlies. The roads would deter grizzlies from roaming and would isolate small groups.
Conservation biologists say that if we want species to survive in the long run, we can't have isolated populations.
The Alliance for the Wild Rockies has sued the National Forest for similar issues in the past and won those cases. So they are confident judges will rule this case in their favor.
It's unfortunate they're wasting taxpayers' money by making us sue, because then, the Department of Justice attorneys are going to have to defend them. And I'm sure there's a lot better things the Department of Justice attorneys could be doing rather than defending illegal projects by the Forest Service.
Garrity says projects like adding roads or burning sagebrush in areas like this require a public comments period before going through with it. The choice not to do this is why the conservation groups feel forced to sue the park.
So now the only way to get them to stop it is to sue them.
To learn more about the lawsuit, visit allianceforthewildrockies.org/news. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.
Thanks, Kimber. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for December 4th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Brandon Isle.